Okay, this is a sympathetic response to a stimulus, and that stimulus is something that is causing you to be very stressed out and make you be alert because you're potentially in danger. So that signal is going to travel through a sensory route and enter via the dorsal root. And something to note about the sympathetic nervous system is that it has visceral sensory receptors, not somatic. It's then going to travel through the intermediolateral column where it meets its first motor neuron, and this is the autonomic nuclei. And this only happens in levels T1 through L2, so sympathetic pathway is thoracolumbar. It's then going to travel through the preganglionic axon, which is composed of A delta fibers, which means that it's myelinated. And notice that it is shorter than the postganglionic axon, and that's because we're already by the central nervous system, but our targets are further away, so the postganglionic axons need to be longer, and the preganglionic axons have no reason to be long. That's why they're short. So then acetylcholine is going to be released and bind nicotinic receptors, and this is the second motor neuron. This is the autonomic ganglia. So here it has to make a decision between 4 different options. It can either synapse with neurons in the chain at the same level, ascend or descend and synapse to neurons in the chain at different levels, or it cannot synapse at all and go straight to the adrenal gland, or it can emerge from the chain without synapsing and go to the autonomic plexus ganglia, and that's composed of cervical, celiac, superior, and inferior mesenteric. And those last 3 compose the sympathetic plexus ganglia. So basically, the autonomic ganglia of the sympathetic nervous system are divided into prevertebral and paravertebral. Prevertebral is just the sympathetic plexus ganglia, the celiac, superior, and inferior mesenteric, while paravertebral just means that it's close to or next to the spine. So these are perpendicular to the spinal nerves. Now, if the postganglionic axon leaves the prevertebral ganglia, it's going to the head and neck, the thoracic, abdominal, and pelvic regions, while if the postganglionic axon leaves the paravertebral ganglia, it's going to the skin, cutaneous blood vessels, sweat glands, and adipose tissue. And notice that the postganglionic axon, like I said, is longer, and it's composed of C fibers, meaning that it's not myelinated, so it's going a little slower. Now, once it reaches its target, it's going to release noradrenaline and bind alpha and beta adrenergic receptors. And this is going to cause a series of responses that prepare your body to either fight or run away. So really, your body is deciding what's important right now and what can be saved for later. So stuff in your organs like digestion and excretion of waste, those things are not that important because your life is in danger. So your pupils are going to dilate so that you can see better. You're going to inhibit salivation, increase the heartbeat so that you have more blood flow to those muscles, relax the airways so that breathing is easier, inhibit the activity of the stomach and stimulating the release of glucose for energy, inhibit the gallbladder, inhibit activity of intestines, secrete epinephrine and norepinephrine, and then you're going to relax the bladder, which is going to allow for more filling and stretching so that you don't feel the need to urinate. And those are color coordinated according to which region of the spinal column. A special exception is the release of acetylcholine at the target, and it binds muscarinic receptors, and this allows blood vessel dilation in skeletal muscles and sweating. So that really kind of amps you up for fighting or fleeing. So hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit, and hopefully I didn't get it all wrong. Thank you.